Write this down. Power didn't change you, it introduced you. Say it with me. Read this one for me, go. Power didn't change you, it introduced you. That's the shock. That's the mirror. Power is not a corruptor, it is an X-ray. It doesn't invent bones, it reveals the skeleton you were already walking on. The microphone only makes louder what your heart was already saying. Jesus put it this way, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. You don't become someone else at the top, you become obvious. I'm speaking to leaders and managers and parents, pastors and politicians and supervisors, founders, team leads, husbands, wives, anyone entrusted with someone else's well-being. Hear me. The moment someone gives you influence over their life, you are holding a sacred trust. To whom much is given, much will be required. Read that with me, go. Much required. What is required? Not talent first, not charisma first, not vision first, character. The foundation of leadership is character. The greatest protection of leadership is character. Power only turns on the light. Character determines what we all see when it does. Write this down. When character cracks, you are disqualified, publicly or privately. Whether the camera catches you or only your conscience does, you are disqualified from the confidence of those you lead, because trust is the currency of leadership. You don't spend promises, you spend credibility. You don't pay bills with trust me. Stop using the term trust me. You either have credit in the account of trust or you don't. And what took you 20 years to deposit can be emptied in 20 seconds. Be sure your sin will find you out. God looks at the heart while people watch the hands. But sooner or later the heart leaks into the hands and the whole room knows who you really are. So, what are we doing here? I am going to give you a framework and a path. Write it down. We will lay the foundation. Law produces values. Values create morals. Morals inform conscience, so you can diagnose what power is about to reveal. We will sit for 3 tests that always tell the truth: your appetites, your fame, and power itself. I will put up early warning lights before you crash. And then we'll draft a prevention protocol. So character is easier to keep than to break. And if you breach trust, there is a crisis protocol. Run for cover. Shut your mouth. Submit to authority. Because forgiveness is instant, but restoration is a process, and timing belongs to accountability. There is hope. There is a way back. But first, hear the opening line again. Power didn't change you, it introduced you. Protect the account. Now let's define what just exposed you. Write this down. Power is amplified permission. It multiplies your reach, not your righteousness. Read this one for me, go. The foundation of leadership is character. Again, the foundation of leadership is character. Power is a microphone. Character is the filter. Power is the volume knob. Character is the song. Power is the X-ray. Character is the bone it reveals. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. When the platform comes, it simply gives your heart a PA system. Gifts are wonderful. Talents are necessary. Influence is useful. But hear me, talents and gifts are only as safe as your character. They are the content, but character is the container. If the container is compromised, the gift leaks and poisons the very people it was meant to nourish. Jesus said, "He that is faithful in little is faithful also in much. And he that is unjust in little is unjust also in much." Little is the private room. Much is the public stage. The stage does not make you, it shows you. The lights are not creative, they are revealing. I sat with a young executive once, we'll call him Aaron. Brilliant mind, numbers like rain. In the cubicle, he cut corners to save time. In the break room, he mocked the weak to keep morale high. They made him director. Do you know what happened? The corner cutting became company policy. The mockery became organizational culture. Power did not make him corrupt. It handed a megaphone to the corruption he never confronted. Write this down. Promotion multiplies your private habits. If you lie small, you will lie large. If you honor small, you will honor large. Do not fear power. Fear entering power without a container that can hold it. The heart is deceitful above all things, which is why you must not trust your stage. You must test your soul. Stop begging for visibility. Start building capacity to be visible without violation. Trust is the currency of leadership, and power only increases the size of the transactions. If your account is thin, one amplified decision can bankrupt you in a day. Power amplifies capacity, but only character governs conduct. That is why God tests before He promotes. He waits to see if the container holds under heat, because heat is what the lights produce. Protect the account. Fortify the container. Then when power introduces you, it will expose a vessel worthy of the influence you carry. Write this down. Power exposes the standards that secretly govern you, your internal law. Read this one for me. Go. Law produces values. Values produce morals. Morals inform conscience. Again, slower. Law, values, morals, conscience. That's the chain. The foundation of ethics is law, and law is the source of culture. Whenever you create a law, you have identified a value worth protecting. Law interprets values, and law establishes values. Conscience is unspoken law. Law is the law shouting at you, which means when the lights come on, we finally hear which voice has been whispering to you all along. Let me make it plain. A nation says, wear your seatbelt. That's a law. What value did they identify? Life is precious. A company says, no falsifying expense reports. That's a law. What value? Integrity over profit. A family says, phones off at dinner. That's a law. What value? Presence and honor. If you want to locate a culture's treasure, find its laws. If you want to find a leader's treasure, listen to their conscience, because your conscience is your private legislation. And hear me, if you never codify your values into laws for yourself, convenience will become your constitution. Every man did what was right in his own eyes. That is chaos. That is disqualification, waiting for a microphone. Stop using the term, trust me. I'm going to say it again. Stop using the term, trust me. Trust is the currency of leadership, and you don't print currency with promises. Replace trust me with this. Examine my values and my law. Show people your standards. Don't sell them your speeches. Thy word have I hidden in my heart, that I might not sin against thee. That is law internalized into conscience. I will put my laws in their minds and write them on their hearts, God says. If the law is only on paper, you behave under supervision. If the law is in your heart, you behave when no one is watching. Power tests whether your conscience was formed by objective law or by convenience. When pressure comes, do you default to what is written or what is easy? Jesus said, if you love me, keep my commandments. Not your preferences, His commands. Write this down. Your morals are simply your daily behavior regulated by your values, which were born from your law. So design the law before you are promoted. Decide now, I do not lie. I do not take what is not mine. I do not be alone in compromising spaces. I disclose gifts. I correct errors immediately. That's law. Those laws create values, honor, purity, transparency. Those values shape morals, your Tuesday at 3 p.m. decisions. And those decisions sensitize your conscience until it whispers before you wander. Protect the account. Your internal law is the vault. If convenience is your law, your vault is cardboard, and power will blow it open. If God's law is your law, your vault is steel, and power will only reveal a treasury. Read this one for me, go. Conscience is unspoken law. Law is the law shouting at you. So let it shout now in your study so it can whisper later on your stage. Write this down. Trust is the currency of leadership. Read this one for me, go. Trust is the currency of leadership, not talent, not titles, not trending posts. Trust, if people cannot spend you, they will not follow you. Proverbs says, a good name is to be chosen rather than great riches, because a name is a credit line. It buys access, belief, and permission. Lose that, and your voice becomes noise in the marketplace of influence. Here is the principle of the account. Test over time equals trust. Small deposits daily create large balances. Every kept promise, a deposit. Every truth told when lying was cheaper, a deposit. Every boundary honored in a lonely night, a deposit. Every correction made before being caught, a deposit. Quiet consistency compounds like interest. Faithfulness in little becomes surplus in much. Protect the account. Warning. What took 50 years to build can be lost in 50 seconds. One overdraft can freeze the account. Ask the banks. One unauthorized transaction and the card stops working at the register. Leadership is the same. You can still have money, gifts, charisma, followers, but the system flags you decline. Be sure your sin will find you out. Read this one for me. Go. Protect the account. Public and private are not two economies. They are one ledger with delayed reporting. Your private withdrawals will show up as public insolvency. Compromises in back rooms post as headlines in boardrooms. Late night DMs become daytime demotions. He that walks uprightly walks surely, which means stability is a balance sheet of integrity. Stop using the term, trust me. You don't patch a negative balance with a slogan. You rebuild it with deposits verified. Protect the account. Measure this wisely. Credibility is your credit score. Guard it more than reputation. Reputation is rumor. Trust is equity. Reputation is what they say. Credibility is what you have proved under audit. When the auditors of life, pressure, scrutiny, temptation, open your books, will the numbers reconcile? Jesus said, let your yes be yes and your no, no. That's a stable interest rate. Predictable, bankable. Leadership rises and falls on the balance of your trust account. If your voice is bouncing checks, you are disqualified from withdrawals on people's confidence. So here are your instructions. Make daily deposits. Refuse secret debt. Reconcile quickly. And keep your card on file with accountability. Read it again, go. Trust is the currency of leadership. Protect the account. Write this down. 3 revealing tests. Appetites, fame, and power. Read this one for me, go. Appetites, fame, power. These are the diagnostics. They don't create your fall. They announce your foundation. Your unmastered appetites, your addiction to applause, and your misuse of authority will tell the truth about you when your lips are still lying. Trust is the currency of leadership. These tests audit the account. First, appetites, food, drink, and sex. If your stomach and your sexuality lead, your leadership follows them into disqualification. Esau sold his birthright for a bowl of stew. 1 meal, lifetime loss. Samson carried gates but could not carry himself away from Delilah. Strength without restraint is a public hazard. Daniel purposed in his heart not to defile himself with the king's menu law over appetite. Paul said, I discipline my body and bring it under subjection, lest after preaching to others, I myself be disqualified. Read that line in your soul, disqualified. Write this down. Starve what will starve you. Fast greed, fast lust, fast excess. Eat for health, not escape. Drink for celebration, not sedation. Keep your sexuality holy or your influence will be profane. Make no provision for the flesh. Protect the account. Second, fame, applause. Compliments can intoxicate. Praise tests, humility, more than criticism tests, resilience. Jesus did miracles, and the crowd surged. But the scripture says he did not commit himself to them because he knew what was in man. Another verse warns, woe to you when all men speak well of you. Read this for me, go. Praise is a test. When people clap, do you siphon glory or do you redirect it? Herod received the people's voice as the voice of a god. He was eaten from the inside. That's what pride does. It eats leaders alive. Write this down. Practice anonymity on purpose. Decrease your name. Increase the mission. Keep a gratitude journal that names God as source and your team as co-laborers. Stop using the term trust me. Let the fruit speak. Let the account of trust answer the applause. Third, power, control. Power is the ability to act without asking permission. That is the test. When you no longer need to ask, will you still submit to principle? David had Saul in his hand, authority in the cave, but he honored law over leverage. I will not touch the Lord's anointed. Jesus had all authority, and he wrapped it in a towel and washed feet. The centurion said, I am a man under authority. Then exercise authority safely. Write this down. The right to do a thing is not the right thing to do. If your power doesn't bow to law, you are already disqualified. The calendar just hasn't posted the headline yet. Trust is the currency of leadership. Power spends it fastest. Now hear the world you actually live in. If you take the battery out, we still hear you. That's not paranoia, that's reality. Cameras, clouds, and heaven's archives. Be sure your sin will find you out. Live as if someone is always watching, because someone always is. Design your life so that passing these tests is easier than failing them. Pre-decide your appetites. Pre-script your response to praise. Pre-bind your power to policy and to people who can say no to you. Read this one for me. Go. Pass the test. Protect the account. Now let me open the doors to the rooms where the truth leaks. Write this down. Rows and rooms only uncover the person you have been off stage. Read this one for me. Go. Rooms reveal roots. Office. Platform. Bedroom. Back room. They are windows, not workshops. The mayor's mic did not corrupt him. It caught him. He stood at the podium, lights hot, questions flying, and what spilled out wasn't created at the press conference. It was cultivated in limos and late nights and private jokes that mocked the very laws he swore to uphold. The mic just turned private practice into public policy on live television. Disqualified. Consider the executive's expense card. The card didn't seduce him. It verified him. Round up a taxi fare here, client lunch that was actually a personal celebration there, a conference that was a covert vacation. He taught his fingers to steal in small digits, then the promotion multiplied the decimals. The audit did not betray him. It narrated him. Write this down. Where the receipts go, hearts follow. And yes, they will ask for the receipts. Pastors, counselors, mentors, my brothers and sisters, listen to me with fear and trembling. The counseling room does not sanctify you, it tests you. One closed door. One, she needs extra prayer. One late night text that should have been a handoff to a qualified woman or to the couple together. We were just talking about scripture. There it is. Secrecy, baptized in spiritual language. Stop. If you are in a room you would not want replayed on the screen on Sunday morning, flee. Nothing hidden that will not be revealed. Disqualified. Relationships are leadership labs. Dating and marriage expose the same container you carry to work. If you lie to your fiancé, you will lie to your finance team. If you break vows at home, you will break policies in the office. Let your yes be yes, and your no, no. Private promises test public integrity. Write this down. If you can't be trusted by one, you can't be trusted by many. Protect the account. Money, sex, and secrets. This is where leaders go bankrupt. Where your browser goes, your future goes. Clear your cache. Heaven keeps a cloud. If you take the battery out, we still hear you. That's not paranoia. That's prudence. Be sure your sin will find you out. Stop using the term trust me. Let your calendar, your receipts, your message history, your policies, and your people who can say no do the talking. Conscience is unspoken law. Law is the law shouting at you. Let us shout now before the room whispers you into ruin. If you are compromised, listen to me, like a fire alarm. Run for cover. Shut your mouth. You are disqualified. Step down. Don't hold a press conference. Don't spin. Don't leak explanations. Talk will not restore what only time and testing can. Forgiveness is instant. Restoration is a process under authority. Submit yourself. Hand over the keys, the card, the mic, the counseling schedule. Remember, Samson, he did not know that the spirit had departed. God can fire you and people think you are still hired. Fear this more than losing a paycheck. Saul kept the throne for a season after he lost the anointing. That's the terror function without favor. Refuse it. Design your movement through these rooms with trembling. Never alone where temptation thrives. Never unreceded where money moves. Never unobserved where vulnerability sits. Read this one for me. Go. Rooms don't change you. They introduce you. So live clean in the hallway before you enter, and the windows will show what the secret place already is holy. Protect the account. Before the fall, the lights flash. Write this down. I alone and secret. Read this one for me. Go. I alone and secret. Those three words are the sirens on the dashboard of your destiny. When they start blinking, pull over. Do not press the gas. Protect the account. First light, entitlement. The creed is simple. I deserve a pass. I deserve comfort. I deserve a perk for all our sacrifice. The minute comfort becomes a right, compromise becomes reasonable. Israel said, we deserve meat, despising the manna of discipline. God gave them quail and a plague. That's what entitlement does. It feeds you and then kills you. Saul spared what God said to destroy because he deserved options, then defended it as worship. Hear me. When you start explaining why the rule doesn't apply to you, the fall has already begun. Woe to those who call evil good, Scripture warns. Write this down. Privileges are stewardship, not entitlement. The right to enjoy is never the right to ignore the law. Trust is the currency of leadership. Entitlement counterfeits it. Second light, isolation, avoided counsel, late nights alone, no transparency. He who isolates himself seeks his own desire. He rages against all wise judgment. Isolation is the incubator of deception. Two are better than one because one can fall without a witness. When you dodge the board chair, skip the mentor, mute the spouse, and travel without eyes, credit fraud is brewing in your soul. David saw Bathsheba when he stayed home alone at the time when kings go out to war. Out of place, unaccounted for, uncovered. Write this down. If your schedule cannot be witnessed, your soul cannot be trusted. Build rhythms where someone can interrupt you without appointment. Protect the account. Third light, secrecy. Not privacy. Privacy preserves dignity. Secrecy conceals duplicity. Burner accounts, private chats, unreported perks, shadow budgets. Men love darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil. Systems of secrecy are trust overdrafts in process. Nothing is hidden that will not be revealed. Stop using the term trust me. Replace it with this language, audit. Audit me, verify me, witness me. Put a second approval on the card. A mirrored inbox on the account. A camera in the counseling room. And a policy you cannot edit. Law, values, morals, conscience. Let the law shout at you before the headlines do. Red line. When you defend the indefensible, you have crossed from mistake to manipulation. You are disqualified. Don't argue. Don't rename sin. Struggle to buy sympathy. Don't weaponize grace to excuse patterns. Run for cover. Shut your mouth. Submit to authority. Leaders, hear me. When the sirens flash alone, secret pullover, invite inspection, and repair in the open. Better a short detour than a catastrophic collision. Protect the account. Prevention is wiser than public repentance. Write this down. Design your life so that character is easier to keep than to break. Read this one for me. Go. Make it easier to be holy than to sin. That's architecture. That's wisdom. By the fear of the Lord, men depart from evil. So begin here. Choose authority you fear. Not a friend you can charm. Not a fan who wants a selfie. A mentor who fears God, cannot be impressed, and can say no to you without losing access. Who is your Nathan? David was a king, but Nathan could point a finger and make him kneel. Identify that authority before promotion, not after crisis. Submit in writing. Give them keys to your schedule, your spending, and your speech. In the multitude of counselors, there is safety. Protect the account. Establish law at home. Law, values, morals, conscience. Codify it. Put it on the wall, on the fridge, in the employee handbook you live by first. Money, percentage, giving, automated, budget posted, spouse or designated auditor sees every account. No cash handled alone. Receipts submitted within 24 hours. Sex, never alone in private spaces with the opposite sex or those you could be tempted by. No late night counseling. No secret chats. Devices mirrored. Doors glass. Time, Sabbath protected, curfew for work communications, dinner table phone free, travel days with check-ins at set hours. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. When law shouts at home, conscience whispers in hotels. Stop using the term, trust me. Write the law, live the law, protect the account. Now, daily deposits. Test over time equals trust. Tell the truth even when it costs. Keep small promises. Arrive when you said. Call when you said. Deliver what you said. Return calls to the least powerful first. Document expenses the day they occur. Disclose gifts the moment they're offered. Apologize quickly without explanation. Let your yes be yes and your no, no. These are not errands. They are interest on the account. Quiet consistency compounds. Read this one for me. Go. Protect the account. Appetite audit. Train the body to obey principle. Fast regularly to remind your stomach it's not sovereign. I discipline my body and bring it under subjection. Sleep as stewardship. Exhaustion is moral vulnerability. Rested minds choose better. Sobriety standards written down. No intoxication. No I can handle it. Experiments. Fidelity practices. Covenant your eyes. Block your browser. Report your patterns to your authority. Date your spouse on purpose. Schedule joy that is lawful so pain doesn't shop for pleasure that is illegal. Make no provision for the flesh. If you starve, what will starve you? You will live. Protect the account. Access rules engineer integrity. Travel with partners. No solo itineraries where secrecy breeds. Glass door meetings. If the door must close, put another witness in the room. Dual signatures on spending. 2-key rule on high-risk approvals. Mirrored inboxes for public roles. Your communication is not private currency. Company card with limits you didn't set. Policy you cannot edit. Open calendars visible to your authority and your home. Rotate who carries cash. Better yet, carry none. Jesus sent the disciples 2 by 2. Even heaven runs on witness. By the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, every word shall be established. Build your life the same way. Read this one for me. Go. Don't ask for trust. Design for it. If you say this feels restrictive, good. Fences keep sheep from cliffs. Keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it flow the issues of life. You are not less free inside wise limits. You are more durable. Promotion multiplies pressure. Systems absorb it. Write this down. The strongest leaders are those most submitted to law and authority. Choose your Nathan. Codify your house. Make daily deposits. Discipline appetites. And engineer access. Then when power introduces you, the world will meet a trustworthy soul. Protect the account. If you have breached trust, this is not the time to negotiate with your feelings. This is an alarm. Write this down. Stop. Step down. Shut your mouth. Run for cover. Cover means authority. You are disqualified from withdrawals on people's confidence. Do not test the crowd. Do not test the mic. Hand it in. The card, the keys, the login, the counseling schedule, return them. He that covers his sins shall not prosper, but whoever confesses and forsakes them shall have mercy. Mercy is not reinstatement. Read this one for me. Go. Forgiveness is not the restoration of trust. Your next move is not public. It is vertical and submitted. Identify a true and reliable authority. Someone who fears God, cannot be impressed by you, and loves truth more than your title. Completely submit without conditions, without timeline. No bargaining. No, I'll do 3 months. No, I'll choose a counselor. You are not qualified to manage your own repair. Humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time. Due time is not your time. Authority will discern it. Do not explain, spin, or justify. Explanations are withdrawals. Silence under authority is a deposit. Stop using the term, trust me. Your words don't work now. Allow the authority to represent you to the greater community statements, updates, boundaries. If they say no interviews, no interviews. If they say repay funds, repay. If they say apologize to names, call the names. Faithful are the wounds of a friend. Let them wound you into health. David did not call a press conference. He said, I have sinned against the Lord. And then he submitted to Nathan's verdict and to God's process. Psalm 51 is a private cry before it is a public song. Create in me a clean heart, O God. Peter did not draft the thread after his denial. He wept bitterly and waited for Jesus to restore him on a beach under authority in due time. Talking will not restore what only time and testing can. Test over time equals trust. Practical orders. Confess fully to the authority, everything, not curate it. Accept immediate removal from leadership functions. Enter counseling and corrective training as a sign. Make restitution where there was financial or relational theft. Notify impacted parties as and when the authority directs, not when your anxiety demands. Stay quiet except to obey. Run for cover. Shut your mouth. You are disqualified from leadership, not from love. There is mercy at the cross, and there is a path back under authority. Protect the account by surrendering to the ones who can hold you while the balance is rebuilt. Now hear the mercy of God with the severity it requires. Write this down. Confession is the first deposit after bankruptcy. Read this one for me. Go. Name the breach without defense. No adjectives. No backstory. No stress, season, or misunderstood. Say it like David. I have sinned against the Lord. Truth is, your wire transfer into an empty account. He desires truth in the inward parts. Until you tell the truth completely to the authority, you are not restored. You are negotiating. Stop using the term, trust me. Tell the truth and let the truth work. Next, restitution. Zacchaeus said, if I have taken anything, I restore fourfold. That is the Spirit. Put it in writing. Money you misused, repay it with interest as directed. Time you stole, repay with service that costs you. Reputations you damaged publicly, correct with the same volume you used to wound. Relationships you fractured, seek forgiveness, but don't demand it. Organizational harm, submit to structural fixes, even if they reduce your comfort permanently. Read this for me, go. Repentance without restitution is rhetoric. Sign dates, assign verifiers, and deliver receipts. Protect the account. Now, boundaries and supervision. Curfews set by authority, obey. Counseling you did not choose, attend, complete, and apply. Audits on your spending and screens submit gladly. Limited platforms, no mic, no spotlight, no shortcuts. Serve unseen. Clean the floor you once walked as a star. Bring forth fruits worthy of repentance. Write this down. Obedience in restrictions is training, not punishment. If you bristle at fences, the wolf is still talking to you. Timing does not belong to you. Read this one for me, go. You cannot bring yourself back. The authority has to bring you back. Humble yourselves that he may exalt you in due time. Due time is discovered, not demanded. Stop hinting. Stop testing the crowd. Stop floating trial balloons. If the authority says, not yet, your only answer is, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. God resists the proud. Don't recruit him as your opponent. Finally, measure recovery by test. Faithful in little, faithful in much. Can you arrive early for what you don't like? Can you keep a confidence without having a platform? Can you tell the truth when no one is checking? Can you be corrected without sulking? Small pressures are pop quizzes, pass them repeatedly. Test over time equals trust. The balance grows penny by penny, consistent obedience, verified by others, under law and authority. Read this one for me. Go. Return is possible, but only under external authority, and over time protect the account. Write this down. Trust returns through repetitive, verifiable obedience, not through statements. Read this one for me. Go. Not words, works. By their fruits you shall know them. Reputation is a rumor. Pursue reality. Stop announcing. Start demonstrating. When suspicion checks your balance, it doesn't read your press release, it reads your receipts. Quiet proof over loud promises. Stop using the term, trust me. Let the numbers speak. Now, micro-integrity. Boring builds balance. Show up early without being asked. Submit reports the day the cost occurs. Over-communicate plans. Who, where, when, with whom, and for how long. Copy authority, not just colleagues. Return calls to the least powerful first. Meet deadlines without drama. Correct errors before discovery. He who is faithful in what is least is faithful also in much. Every mundane yes is compound interest. Read this for me. Go. Boring obedience is big money in the trust account. Third-party verification. Trust loves sunlight. Independent audits you did not choose. Board oversight with minutes you do not edit. Spouse visibility devices mirrored. Calendar shared. Spending transparent. 2 key rules on high-risk approvals. Glass doors where vulnerability sits. External counselors who report progress to authority. Nothing is hidden that will not be revealed. So choose the reveal before exposure chooses you. Conscience is unspoken law. Law is the law shouting at you. Let the law shout through systems that do not require your permission to inspect you. Protect the account. Patience. It takes longer to rebuild than to build. Accept the calendar as part of the cure. Do not grow weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. Due season is discovered, not demanded. Do the next right thing again. Silence is your strategy. Consistency is your speech. Allow others to testify for you when and if the authority releases them. If they say not yet, your answer is still yes. Remember, test over time equals trust. Adopt the new rule. Write this down. Never hold what you cannot report. Never enjoy what you cannot explain. No gifts you can't declare. No meetings you can't log. No rooms you can't film. No messages you can't mirror. No perks you can't post to the ledger. If you take the battery out, we still hear you. So live like your life is already on record. Law, values, morals, conscience. Let values write the rule. Let the rule govern the moment. This is the long game. Daily deposits that outpace lingering suspicion. Keep stacking verifiable obedience until the weight of evidence bends the narrative. Not an event, a rhythm. Not a statement, a scorecard. Let your yes be yes and let witnesses confirm it. Read this one for me. Go. Trust returns through repetitive, verifiable obedience. Protect the account. Home is the lab. Write this down. Your private relationships reveal and refine the same character you carry in public. Read this one for me. Go. If it won't work at home, it won't last on stage. Trust is the currency of leadership, and the first ledger is a dining table, not a boardroom. If your spouse can't verify you, your staff can't either. If your yes is elastic in the bedroom, it will be elastic in the budget. Let your yes be yes and your no, no. Privacy is the purest test because it removes applause. Power didn't change you, it introduced you to your family first. Marriage is a trust account. Titles do not transfer. You can be CEO at work and disqualified at home. Read this for me. Go. Mutual submission protects intimacy. Submit yourselves one to another in the fear of God. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. He took a towel, not a throne. Wives, respect your husbands. Honor opens him. Contempt hardens him. Write this down. Decide the law of the house before the feelings of the moment. Calendars are law shared, visible, non-negotiable check-ins. Budgets are law agreed percentages for giving, saving, spending. No secret cash, no unreported gifts. Access is law, devices mirrored, location shared, passwords known. Stop using the term trust me. Let the systems testify. Protect the account. Parenting is culture formation. Law, values, morals, conscience. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Train up a child in the way he should go. Fathers, do not provoke your children to wrath structure without shame. Write this down. Establish family law that encodes values. Curfews written and posted. Phones docked in the kitchen at night. No devices behind closed doors. Homework and worship rhythms on the calendar. Allowance tied to chores with a ledger. Teach the 10th of October 2080 or whatever your law is and live it yourself. Dating rules, codified group first, daylight first, public first, and parents know the plan. Consequences pre-decided, no bargaining in the storm. Read this one for me. Go. When law shouts at home, conscience whispers in hotels. Protect the account. Boundaries with beauty and money pre-decide exits. Write this down. Don't negotiate with attraction. Schedule your escape. No private DMs with past flames. All responses bounce to email with your spouse or authority copy. No car rides alone with those you could be tempted by. 2 by 2, travel whenever possible. Compliments get a towel, not a crown. Thank you, our team did this. Then move on. Hotel protocol. Call home from the lobby, not the bed. Eat with partners, not with loneliness. Money guardrails. No gifts you can't declare. No reimbursements without receipts. No side accounts for surprises. If you take the battery out, we still hear you, so live like your life is already on record. Protect the account. Teach the children the mantra early. At the chore chart, at the birthday envelope, at the team captain vote. Read this for me, go. Power didn't change you, it introduced you. The older sibling babysitting, that's leadership school. The debit card with a limit, that's stewardship training. The platform at youth group, that's an x-ray, not a makeover. Write this down. Home is rehearsal for public office. If you lie at the dinner table, you are already disqualified for the boardroom. But hear hope, truth told early, fences built wisely, apologies made quickly, and small obediences repeated will grow giants of integrity. Build law at the table, love in your tone, transparency in your tools, protect the account, lead clean, beginning at home. Write this down. Engineer environments where integrity is the default, not the exception. Read this one for me. Go. Don't ask for trust, design for it. Trust is the currency of leadership, and systems are the vault. Law, values, morals, conscience. If you want certain behavior, codify the value into law so conscience has a script. Protect the account. Dual controls. 2 signatures for funds always. The second signature must be independent, not impressed, not on your payroll bonus. 2 people for travel 2 by 2. If you must travel alone, you are not alone. Itinerary shared, check-in times fixed, authority and spouse copied, expenses mirrored to accounting in real time. 2 eyes on calendars. Your schedule is not a secret garden. Authority can see, interrupt, and correct. By the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, every word shall be established. Write this down. If one person can move money, move meetings, or move you without witness, the system is already lying. Protect the account. Transparent tech. Shared passwords with authority. Not to snoop, but to normalize sunlight. Mirrored inboxes for public roles. Recorded meetings where vulnerability sits. Or glass doors at minimum. Open door policies. If the door must close, put another witness in the room and a window in the door. Meeting notes captured and stored in shared drives you cannot edit alone. Stop using the term trust me. Say audit me, verify me, witness me. Conscience is unspoken law. Let the law shout through technology, rotation, and rest. Fatigue fabricates folly. Mandatory Sabbath in writing. Enforced vacations with delegated authority that actually functions no shadow work while off. Role rotations for high-risk positions, cash handlers, counselors, approvers. No one owns a gate forever. Elijah needed sleep and food before a word. Jesus withdrew often. The Sabbath was made for man. Write this down. Rest is risk management. Protect the account. Whistle pathways. Create safe reporting lines that honor law over personalities. Anonymous channels to an ombuds or independent board chair. Anti-retaliation policy with teeth. Trained into managers. Signed and enforced. Publish the pathway on the wall, the website, the handbook. Open your mouth for the speechless. Plead the cause of the poor and needy. Make it normal to report. Make it costly to conceal. Read this one for me. Go. We protect truth tellers here. Culture it into the air. Posters, passwords, pre-meeting liturgy. Protect the account. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Review the guardrails quarterly. Simulate breaches like a fire drill. Test the whistle like an alarm. Tie bonuses to compliance, not just results. Reward the one who postponed a launch to fix an integrity gap. Celebrate the no that saved the house. Write this down. Systems are shepherds when emotions are hungry. If you say, this feels heavy, I say, it's lighter than scandal. Guardrails are not suspicion. They are love in legal form. build the dual controls, light up the tech, rotate the seats, make the whistle sing, and preach the slogan until a child can repeat it. Then when power introduces you, the system will introduce you too, and it will say, trustworthy, protect the account. Now we seal it. Identity first. Write this down. You are a steward, not an owner. Read this one for me. Go. I manage what is God's under law, values, morals, and conscience. That is your map. That is your mirror. Power is not your source. It is your spotlight. Memorize the mantra. Write this down. Say it out loud. Power doesn't corrupt me. It reveals me. If it reveals greed, deal with greed. If it reveals humility, guard humility. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Start there. Stay there. Protect the account. Vigilance daily. 3 questions every morning and every night. Appetites, applause, authority. Read this one for me. Go. Food, fame, and power. Ask, did I tell my body no today? Did I need applause to obey? Did I use authority without witness? If any answer shames you, make a deposit, confess, correct, and tighten the fence. Let your yes be yes. He who walks uprightly walks securely. Stop using the term trust me. Say audit me, verify me, witness me. Test over time equals trust. Protect the account. Now vow with each other. Submit to authority before you need it. Pre-commit to the protocol today. Choose your Nathan now. Write the name. Give the keys. Agree in writing. Read this for me. Go. I submit before I slip. If you wait until the storm, you have already negotiated with the sea. Community is your lifeboat. Law is your rope. Accountability is your anchor. Allow authority to interrupt you, correct you, delay you. That delay is deliverance. Protect the account. A blessing and a warning. Lead with the fear of God. He can fire you while people think you're still hired. Ask Saul. The oil stayed on his head in public, but the spirit departed in heaven. God can shut the favor while the fans still shout. Nothing is hidden that will not be revealed. Walk clean. So revelation is your friend, not your judge. Break this and you are disqualified. Obey this and you are durable. So I commission you. Go back to your houses, your offices, your platforms, your back rooms, and lead clean. Live so that when power introduces you, the world meets a trustworthy soul. Search me, O God. Try me, and lead me in the way everlasting. Create in us clean hearts. Renew right spirits. May your law write our values, your values shape our morals, your morals tutor our conscience daily. Write this down. Fear God. God, trust, lead, clean. Read this one for me. Go. Protect the account. Everyone, everywhere, every day. Now go and let your life speak louder than your lips.